Uh, yeah, thank you for inviting me. The, I'm very happy to share my recent results for the finding infectious disease. The looks like a title. So I'm gonna show the how to integrate with the generative AI with the structural biology for the, especially my area is the de novo design. Yeah, now we are, we have a very important moment in the paradigm shift from in the drug discovery. So all the passion drug, it'll be, we are just a search and discover. But now, I think we don't have to do the all the passion way, the ton of over 100,000 molecules is dumping out, picking out one of them. Just and all the long process of the clinical trial, eventually we fail. So waste of money, waste of energy, and very frustrated. But in the area of the coming the generative biology, so we can adapt a new approach of a generative method, likely AI, diffusion model, or our different type of neural network we can utilize for the generate the new protein, which is binding to the specific viruses. Yeah, almost 30 years, X-ray crystallography, cryo-EM is developed that. So ton of the data about the sequences and structural relationship. So we build up, we successfully build up the human protein data bank. And thank you to artificial intelligence, we are recently approaches ton of data we can train without the effort, so we can come out the new type of proteins. So now we are on the process of the coming generative biology area. So I want to show my strategy, how to targeting the viruses. So based on the mode of action, so viruses, how to fuse and entering into the cell and escaping, endosomal escaping, as well how to replicate their genome. So first step, the many different type of protein is involved, likely M2 proton channel in influenza, or the fusion protein, as well glycoprotein, ton of different type of glycoprotein. Once we understand this type of the target area and mode of action between the target cell, target receptor, so we can generate that protein, recognize especially their protein-protein interaction or cell-to-cell interaction. So the AI-driven computational protein approaches, eventually they come up with a new protein to associate the different target system. Yeah, the global health leader, they build up the 100 days mission. So in order to be prepared this kind of mission, so we need approaches, and we need introduce a new type of approach instead of the old fashion. So once pandemic happen, we are at that moment, if we start discover new drug, it'll be many people is just die. So in this process, definitely main driving force of the drug discovery is we gotta put all the effort and money and our research capability. But if we are prepared for the drug discovery before happening, utilize AI, so we can successfully fighting the virus, any type of virus before pandemic situation. So as you look at the virus is the COVID-19 spike protein is targeting the S2 receptor, so it's a well-known. any type of pandemic situation happen in the COVID-19, definitely we know our enemies. So as long as we know the enemies, definitely their behavior as well, so we can kill them with new type of approaches. Generator protein is generate that is preventing before entering the cell. Yeah, as you look at the COVID-19, the spike protein, they are very interestingly, it's not just a stationary target, it's a moving target. Protein is always dynamic. So we are just missing always, protein is very steady, but it's a dynamic motion and they are escaping different type of environment that they are following. So we should understand what protein is the behavior. As you look at COVID-19, RBD domain main play key role to encoding the receptor and then changing status of the protein folding through the intermediate state, and finally they are post-fusion state and enter the cell. So if we know that this mechanism, what type of the glycoprotein also we are targeting, so we can be prepared for the new type of protein if we generate that. So in this, my research, we are targeting different type of cells, different type of the viruses, SARS-CoV and H5N1 hemagglutinin in influenza, as well RSV, both of them. Before targeting, so in order to targeting the moving target, we are have the dilemmas. So as you look at, it's uncertainty low. Like it's moving, it's hard to target. If they stop, we can target it, right? But moving target, eventually two different meaning of the moving target. Viruses always they mutate to adapt their environment. So immune escape always happen. Especially we are suffering many type of Omicron and Delta, different type of viral strain will be spread out. So second one is they are each personal immune system totally different with others. So once you get infection viruses, in order to vaccinate that and or neutralize antibody, we have more specialized for the personalized drug we need. That's a big issue. So in order to overcome it, this one, we need to build up the target system, each strain, different sequences, different protein structures. So AI can be game changer. So I want to show the two different strategies, two different steps. The first step, just I'm doing the profiling of target antigen. So which site I want to target, I want to generate the protein, and according to their mode of action. So I will show you later. Second step will be epitope specific binding design. So if I have money, if I have time, if I have all the efforts, I can generate all type protein is binding to each side, but it's kind of big waste. So instead of I just generate the protein for the designable target site, not designable target site. We don't have to target. So it's an end-to-end whole pipeline. So we are starting from the target profiling, which site we are targeting, generate the protein. And second one is we design the binders and encoding with the antibody or the convert to encoding to mRNA vaccine or mRNA neutralized drug. So we don't have to worry about this whole bioboundary process is well built up. And when you find out the lead screening, I'm not synthesize protein each case. So I just order the whole linear genome for the yeast. And if you come up with 100 sequences and candidates, just order 100 gene. And then transfection in the yeast and test it with the antigen. So we find out within 2 weeks. and binder, and then encoding to antibody. And we are also validate the cryo-EM and all different type of biophysics. Yeah, AI, the well developed for the guiding the profiling of the target antigen. So escape score, protein-protein interaction. It's a well-known. Deep learning method well developed that. Any type of protein, we can do that. So what it means that escape score, high escape score, definitely is an indicator what the mutation is happen. And second one, the protein-protein interaction. So they are definitely escaping any type of antibody binding to desired the reliable site. So the more they frequently mutate that site. So we combine of the two different parameters, eventually we can find out the key binding site. So like this way. So I showed the SARS-CoV-2 and influenza A virus H5N1. This is we eventually defined 7 different sites based on mode of action. So membrane fusion and folding changes and targeting, and as well, I don't remember the whole system anyway. So H5N1, very interestingly, they are target site. There are many different target sites possess glycan. So also we should consider glycan the profile as well. So without the glycan and target of site, once defined, just generate the protein. It's a whole design process I'm showing. It's hard to look at. It's a general backbone generation first. Once you generate the backbone, it's an infinite number of we can generate the backbone. But the backbone, once you generate the backbone, is a very important insight from the researcher. Look at it deeply, structure-wise, and some structure is not designable. So we are combining with the physical filter, likely surface area, delta salsa, and cavity calculation. And we are combining all the physical parameter and come up with at least one single site. We come up with 100 different scaffold. Each scaffold have generated 1,000. Eventually, we can have 10,000 sequences comes out. But I don't want to test out. I don't have money for the whole waste. So only 100 sequences come out each site and order the genome for the yeast. Yeah, and the final selection will be the more different step. I'm not showing the detailed algorithm in the architecture. So we utilize a very attractive way. First round, they are getting the score, and is not high. Just algorithm just keep going, and second one is getting better, and next better. So iterative way. Eventually, human never interrupted this process, and just 2 weeks later, open the data and look at it, find out the sequences. Yeah, it's the result. As you look at the first round, it'll be low score is IPTM, is a competence score. So IPTM, PL, DDT, all different type of parameter we can combine together. It's in AI the competence score. So you don't have to worry about the understand. Just also I cannot understand all anyway. And this score is getting better around. And once saturate that, just stop immediately, because I don't want to waste my computer power. And then physical-based score, likely all different delta salsa and p-state and the surface areas, all different physical parameters combined together and come out the sequences. Yeah, and its display is, as you look at, it's once all the binder is expressed from the on surface of the yeast cell, and antigen, it'll be their binding and sorting out and sequencing out. whole process a month, so we can find out the binder. Yeah, and then synthesize the express the protein. There are different ways we approach it: peptide synthesizer, and E. coli, and CHO cell expression. We are doing all. And then the circular dichroism, which is, we are looking at the secondary structure as well, the BLI and other type of the ITC, we measure out the affinity-wise. And build up the library. And the first round looks like a little bit tiny binding, but it's not true. It's a very strong bind. It depends on number of cells, number of conditions. So, and next round, we can pick out the good candidate of the sequences. Yeah, it's the whole result. As you look at the IST display, we can calculate the IC50, EC50 like. And as you look at the binder, first rounder, just 75.8 nanometers. And 200 nanometer or 300 nanometer, doesn't matter. Anyway, we can modulate that later. So mutagenesis study is, or computational way, we can improve affinity-wise. It's take a couple of months. And it's the most important PPT here. So I'm not testing out the neutralization assay. My collaborator, Dr. Kim Suk-tae and IPK, and the Sengong-won, and I forget the whole name anyway. And then my collaborator tested out. We just synthesized and then encoding to antibody and sending to sample. You don't have to look at. So now is an ongoing process. As you look at Delta, Omicron, different types of strain, they are working. So we define the conserved area and dynamic area. Anyway, we are generate a ton of different type of proteins and encoding the antibody. PK profile is pretty good. And we didn't test that in vivo, but in vitro assay, in the neutralization assay, successfully is working now. And also in the parallel way, we are elucidate the mechanism as well. Our binding is well binding to our desired site. And the cryo-EM at Seongkyungan University, I'm in charge of the building of the cryo-EM. We have 3 different cryo-EM microscopy. So anyway, we are look at a little bit tiny because the binder is very tiny, less than 20 kilodalton. So encoding to the antibody. And hopefully, the end of this year, we're going to share all the result. And yeah, generative AI, what's the benefit of generative AI? It's not simply bring up the drug. We can study the mechanism study. What I mean of that, if you are targeting the RBD site or receptor binding site or the membrane fusion site, as well conformational changes, key residue, as well the different type of conformational changes. We are just designing and generating the binding to, we are figure out what kind of critical step of membrane binding and fusion step. So we can determine the most efficient way we can develop the drug. Yeah, is the final presentation. So it's an ongoing process now. Just I share a little bit. So because it's a secret issue that we cannot share all. The patent is still going on now. So we recently, half years, we generate over 1,000 binder. Very massive way we are tested out. Only proof of concept, you want to demonstrate that the generated protein can prevent or neutralize viruses, 3 different viruses, RSV, H5N1, and COVID-19. So once we are successfully working on, we're going to move to be ready for the fighting viruses next pandemic. That's our goal in the research. Yeah, thank you for my our researcher and student. Thank you for the attention to my talk. Thank you.